Another week into January, it's 18th January 2021. My name is Patricia Lukomwa. A very good evening. Straight away into the bulletin, a handful of members of the ruling National Resistance Movement is calling for a revamping of the party secretariat to enable efficient operations. A member of Parliament elect for Moria County, Musa Echweru, decries what he describes as continuous division among party supporters. However, the National Vice Chairperson for NRM in Eastern Uganda, Captain Mike Mukula, says all party disagreements will be resolved.
It is an electoral exercise that has seen excitement, disappointment.
My name is Jimmy Ekemu.
But also weathering the storm to overcome blackmail in order to succeed.
God will judge us.
This was Captain Mike Mukula arriving in the Kibuku district of Bukedde sub-region in eastern Uganda on 2nd January 2021. He was scheduled to campaign for President Yoweri Museveni and the other NRM flag bearers in the district. At Kituuti sub-county in Kibuku County, the situation was calm, but not at Kakunyumunyu, another sub-county in Kabweri County. Electorate here accused State Minister for Local Government, Jennifer Namuyangu, of conspiring to do what they described as frustrating some aspiring political leaders. Residents destroyed her posters in the presence of the NRM National Vice Chairperson for Eastern Uganda to show their dissatisfaction.
Minister is our sister, Minister is our daughter, Minister is ours.
A similar situation was experienced at Bugade Town Council in Mayuge District on Monday, 4th January 2021. LC5 flag bearer was accused of campaigning against Hajati Rukiana Kadama, the official NRM flag bearer for the woman MP seat.
NRM Mayuge, erimu ebituli waliwo chairman yayogerera nokozirawo yakoba ati abantu abandi basaba akalulu basalawo basabira independent okusinga flag bearer.
These are some of the challenges that the ruling National Resistance Movement has experienced during the just concluded campaigns for members of parliament. The challenges did not spare Teso sub-region.
So once a person has an ego and he feels that a Churu should not be the flag bearer, he will go and support an independent. He will support Museveni and he will support an independent. It is just a question of lack of principle and having egos.
Musa Echweru is also the State Minister for Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugees. He may have successfully retained his parliamentary seat in Moria County, but he asserts something needs to be put right in the NRM political party, to which he subscribes.
The National Resistance Movement as a party, particularly at the level of secretariat, needs a major overhaul. I can say this on record. It needs a major overhaul. We really think that when we are done with this election, this secretariat, we must sit and frankly dissect it.
The extent to which other NRM party leaders agree with this point of view is neither in denial nor in agreement.
We had instituted reconciliation committees. But dialogue and de-escalating these internal contradictions is going to be an agenda which is key in our efforts as a party to build internal cohesion.
Mukula is optimistic that such political trials and tribulations in the party will be addressed.
Even what you see, those who are seen as renegades, who are wanted, who had gone as what you call rebel MPs, we've been able to bring them and given them political cards to stand on the platform of the National Resistance Movement. we always find ways and means of bending backwards and forwards to embrace our leaders and understand that some of those internal contradictions are part of the human challenges in management of society.
Challenging as it may have been, the national resistance movement became victorious at both presidential and parliamentary levels, having successfully secured majority seats in parliament. What now remains is working to deliver on the manifesto, which, according to a recent address by the president, requires talking less and working more. Henry Okurut, UBC.
And now, in a joint security press, police spokesperson Enanga has refuted allegations that former presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu is under house arrest. He added that he has rights as a Ugandan and he is a free person. Enanga asked Honorable Zake, the newly elected Mitiana municipality, to stop lying to the public on allegations that the police beat him to pulp, ending up in Rubaga Hospital. This was at a joint security leadership meeting in Naguru, where security operation met for a press briefing to update the nation on security purposes.
In the eve of the presidential polls, police spokesperson Fred Enanga says working with other sister security agencies, they obtained leading intelligence clues that some elements whose acts of subversive nature were inclined to instigating riots, burning fuel stations in the central business and blowing up electric transformers in and around Kampala district. Enanga says obtained reliable intelligence information indicated that the planners wanted to use violence as a medium of expressing discontent about the outcomes of the just concluded presidential results. The intelligence dossier reports that the architectures of the riots were supposed to pitch camp at Magere and Kasangati, where new presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi and former FDC presidential retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye respectively stay.
But we do have our surveillance teams that are there, and they are trying to counter any plans of seeing to it that there are violent demonstrations and also mass riots that are instigated, as had been threatened by some of those agencies.
The joint security operations also foiled what would be the major supply of routes for protesters into the city. The routes were identified to be Gayaza, Hoima and Mitiana roads, among other flashpoints for mass riots. While earlier media reports indicated the National Unity Platform presidential candidate Robert Kyagulanyi was under house arrest and his freedom of expression and movement limited, Enanga says the media reports are treated as blackmail, while Kyagulanyi remains a free man to enjoy all his civil liberties, including meeting his lawyers and close henchmen.
Our security teams there are having a controlled arrangement of visitors who are going in and coming out. So the preventive, it's not that Honorable Kyagulanyi is under house arrest and so on and so forth.
At the joint security press briefing, it was revealed that over 50 people are under police custody on account of speaking false and harmful propaganda that Mitiana Municipality Member of Parliament-elect Francis Zake has been gunned down to death.
He was not beaten, okay? Zake was not beaten. Zake wanted to force his entry into the home of Honorable Kyagulanyi, all right? And then, of course, you know how violent he usually portrays himself when he's blocked by security. Now, if he is taken to hospital, that is arrangement between him and the hospital and Dr. Sechitoleko of Rubaga. They know what arrangement is there, okay? So we are not going to go into issues of claiming that Zake was beaten. He was obstructed from entering the home of Honorable Kyagulanyi.
Regardless of skirmishes between security operatives and rioters in massacre, UPDF spokesperson Brigadier Flavia Bekwaso appreciated cooperation of law-abiding civilians with security forces in containing the situation and maintaining peace across the nation.
As long as the situation still remains kind of unpredictable. They will be there, and this is throughout the whole country. In all areas where we think you may like to have, people coming up or riots getting done, or the youth getting up, the soldiers will still remain there, or security will remain beefed up.
Despite of the recommended efforts in maintaining peace across the country during the presidential, the weekly crime report indicates that over 1,074 people were arrested and will soon be arraigned in court for the preferred charges against them, categorized into 48 accounts. Sharon Chomjisha, UBC News.
Thank you very much there, Sharon Chomjisha. Now, in other news, the Women's Situation Room has appealed to government, security agencies and politicians to embrace a culture of peace and tolerance during the post-election era. This comes after Uganda decided a successful and peaceful 2021 general election.
Few days after Ugandans exercised their right to vote, Women's Situation Room has now asked all election stakeholders to embrace peace and address the issues associated with arrests of civil society members.
Expanded voter education programs to reach citizens and communities. Adequate training of polling officials to adapt to increasing use of technology in elections. Provision of a voting booth to ensure secrecy of the ballot. 4. Harness and build on the active participation of the youth in the country's political electoral processes. We appeal to government, security agencies and politicians to embrace a culture of peace and tolerance. We appeal to government and the relevant authorities to expeditiously address the issues associated with the arrests of civil society members and the restrictions to their operations.
Judy Kamanyi, an independent consultant and social development worker, has tasked government to train peace advocates for the good of their country.
Government and civil society organizations to train more women and youth observers and support the active participation of Women's Situation Room trained youth and women peace advocates and election observers across the electoral cycle and in peace building.
The initiator of Women's Situation Room, Dr. Yvette Chesson, has appealed to those that lost in the recent elections to consider the Constitution rather than opting for violence.
Is use the Constitution and laws of Uganda and take it to court. That's why you have the laws in the country, and that's why you have the Constitution. And the laws of Uganda is very clear that if you have any kind of voters dispute, any dispute regarding elections, take it to court.
It's worth noting that Women's Situation Room engaged with key election stakeholders before polls, observed the voting process, and worked with the Electoral Commission and other stakeholders to ensure a timely response to reported incidents and promote peaceful elections. Shaidat Nasaku, UBC.
Now the State Minister for Economic Planning, Mole Kamukama, and incoming woman Member of Parliament for Kazoo District, that is Jennifer Rwaburibate Mohesi, have been embroiled in election conflicts for months. But after winning the just concluded woman Member of Parliament election, Jennifer Mohesi has promised to put aside the differences and unite the people of Kazoo District.
Kazo District Returning Officer Kakaire Gesta declared Jennifer Rwaburibate Mohesi winner of Kazo Women Member Parliament seat following days of tension.
Declare Mohesi above Jennifer, who has obtained the largest number of votes, winner and district woman representative for Parliament in Kazo electoral district. Congratulations.
But the contest was between Jennifer Rwaburibate Mohesi, Ronald Langa Kemirembe, and Mole Kamukama, the State Minister for Economic Planning.
People have decided on their future. So yes, even if it is scientific, we need leaders in office, and that's why we had to have this election, even in the midst of the coronavirus.
During NRM primaries, it took NRM Electoral Commission 5 days to announce the winner, since all the major candidates had cited vote rigging. Despite the bickering between the three rival contestants, Jennifer Muhesi calls for a common goal.
First task is to reconcile with people of Kazo. I know because of blood pressure, because of all those emotions, things didn't go well. But I trust I will do my best to make sure we bind the people of Kazo together. Since it has been a scientific campaign, we would use all the channels. We use the radio, we use the TV, we use all the channels to make sure we reach to our people.
Danny Kimosho, who defeated the incumbent Gordon Bafaki, says politicians should work for the people who have given them mandate to represent them in parliament.
We are now for work and for improving Kazo. I want to appeal to even my friend, elder brother, Honorable Gordon, and the team to join my team. And we are open for discussion, for advice, for any kind of interaction.
The bickering in Kazo is not only affecting service delivery, but also the district's political path.
But from time to time we shall sort with other leaders and colleagues, because Kazo has many other leaders from LC1 to Parliament. So we shall sit as a fraternity and prioritize our needs and prioritize what Kazo needs most. And we shall certainly focus our energies and effort.
According to reliable sources, both rival camps are kingmakers in Kazo politics, which may hinder development.
This election should not divide the people, because those elections come and they will go, but people of Kazo will remain one. And they've able demonstrated that to us. That's why you have seen the situation in Kazo is very, very calm. There's no any sign of violence in Kazo. And I urge people of Kazo to maintain this, because we still have other elections which are coming.
Reports from Kazo indicate that those who lost have a strong political alliances in the district, and any decision made can be taken on face value by the locals. Haruna Mtesasira reporting for UBC News.
And in Ntungamo, Naomi Kabasharira, winner of the 14th January 2021 Rushenyi County parliamentary race, wants the NRM party chairperson Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to relieve the party electoral commission boss, Dr. Tanga Udoi, of his duties, citing alleged mismanagement of last year's party primaries. Ms. Kabasharira dramatically lost the party ticket to Mwesigwa Rukutana, but bounced back as an independent and eventually beating him to the Rushenyi County parliamentary seat.
Last week's parliamentary and presidential elections in Ntungamo district saw NRM party dominate the race. The most interesting race was in Rushenyi County, where State Minister for Labour, Mwesigwa Rukutana, was up against Naomi Kabasharira. This was seemingly a rematch of last year's NRM party primary elections, where the two raced against each other, although in the end Mwesigwa Rukutana was handed a narrow win.
I declare Kabasharira Naomi, who was of
I should say that at long last it has come. The 20 votes has turned into like 2,700 votes.
Kabasharira then protested against Dr. Tanga Udoi's declaring of Rukutana as a winner, and thus vowed to bounce back in the race as an independent, and now she has had the last laugh.
If I had all the powers, Tanga Udoi would cease to be the chairman of NRM Electoral Commission. There are so many people who are good, who are better, who are wise, who are clever, who are hardworking than Tanga Udoi. NRM has got so many people. So it is very, very important that from today, our chairman should stop getting people who will disorganize this party. He should leave the politics and go to teach in Makerere.
Although she will now head to Parliament as an independent, Kabasharira does not hide her love and readiness to dine with the NRM party.
But that does not stop me from being a member of NRM. I think, yes, I'm independent, but probably maybe leaning.
Another landslide win for the NRM party in Ntungamo district was that of woman representative.
I hereby declare Nakitene Jocelyn, who has obtained the largest number of votes.
The race for woman parliamentary representative had 4 contestants, but NRM's Bata Jocelyn Nakitene emerged a virtual winner after garnering 15,622 votes.
Yeah, I've been in the field. This is something that I've planned for a long time. I think since 2016 when I lost in the last elections, I've been on the ground campaigning.
NRM also won in Ntungamo municipality, where the incumbent ANT's Gerald Karuhanga lost to NRM's Yona Musinguzi.
I attribute the victory to the mighty party NRM because we were really suffocated in the town here, and with the people of Ntungamo rose up in arms, and they said enough is enough.
Karuhanga, who had even no agents at the tallying center, has vowed to go to courts of law.
And what we are seeing is basically a military process. So it is sad. We can't allow this. And if they insist, we shall certainly have to engage in legal battles sooner than later.
Other NRM victories in Ntungamo were in Kajara County, Ruhama constituency, and Ruhama East. Robert Onyango, UBC News, Ntungamo district.
And over to Kagadi District Returning Officer Robert Twikirize has announced winners of parliamentary race for both women MPs and directly elected legislators amidst protests and allegations of ballot stuffing and intimidation. Twikirize declared Barnabas Tinkasimire the incumbent MP and winner for Wiyaga West constituency amidst protests by his closest contender, John Tumwebaze, who lost in the primaries and bounced back as an independent candidate.
Tinkasimire polled 330,030 votes, representing 58% of the total votes cast against Dr. Tumwebaze's 23,986 votes that represented 40%. Tinkasimire clarified that the security personnel have the right to vote and also accused his opponent of ballot stuffing using one of his relatives as a prominent person in security.
I'm more than ready for him. I will take him on. I will take him on. If he thinks going to court is going to have to enjoy a lunch or dinner, he's going to meet it. Because I am happy, the court where we are going, they award you in handsome costs. It is not like this LC court or NRM court where he took me during the party primaries, where they promote reconciliation.
Supporters of Dr. John Tumwebaze said unidentified people invaded polling stations and stuffed ballots, in addition to harassment and intimidation. The Kagadi returning officer also announced Jennifer Chomhendo Mbabazi winner of Kagadi District Woman Member of Parliament seat. She polled 65,791 votes, representing 59%, while her closest rival, Margaret Naziwa Rujumba, scored 43,546 votes.
The people of Kagadi District, I thank you so much. You have seen the work I've done, and you have seen the short time I've been in this office. It's not a surprise that they have given me this mandate. It's my hard work and my capacity. They see that I'm the person who can still lead them for another term, and they can see hope and also see potential that I can do a lot for the district.
In Chibale District, Ipeto Agray, the district returning officer declared incumbent woman legislator Noelin Basemera Kisembo win of Chibale woman member of parliament seat with 35,604 votes, representing 83% after beating her closest rival Proskovia Kunihida, who had 7,159 votes, representing 16.7%, while Matia Kasaija, the finance minister and incumbent Buyanja member of parliament, and Emily Kugonza JB were declared unopposed. Sharon Chomjisha, UBC News.
Now over to Court Makindye General Court Martial before Lieutenant General Andrew Guti has charged 7 youths with 1 count of unlawful wearing of red berets as a monopoly of Uganda People's Defence Forces. However, they all pleaded not guilty to the said offences and court remanded them to Kitalia Government Prison until 1st February 2021.
The accused who appeared before the Chairman General Court Martial, Lieutenant General Andrew Guti, include Bonjo Christopher, Chigozi Jamilu, Senyonga Regan, Migade Kasim, Kaiwa Julius and Nyombi Moses. Before court, the 7 accused persons were charged with 1 count of unlawful wearing of red berets, uniforms belonging to Uganda People's Defence Forces.
Particulars of the offence. Session Oregon on or around the 18th day of November 2020, while at Kakidu village, without authority, was wearing a red beret, so nearly resembling one authorized for the use by the members of the defense forces, as to be likely to deceive.
Prosecution led by Major Samuel Maseleja informed the court that investigations are still ongoing in this matter. However, he prayed to court to give him more time, which court granted. Basing on this, Lieutenant General Andrew Guti remanded the accused until 1st February 2021 for mention of his case. Prosecution alleges that on 18th November 2020, the 7 accused persons and others still at large were found unlawfully wearing red berets, a monopoly of defense forces, with the intention of causing confusion. The accused are charged under Article 119 and 164 of the Defense Forces. However, these are some of the suspects who were arrested during the 18th and 19th November 2020 riots following the arrest of Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Meanwhile, the same court before Chairman Lieutenant General Andrew Guti has granted a non-cash bail of 10 million Ugandan shillings to Captain Gerard Byamugisha and surety is 20 million Ugandan shillings non-cash.
The applicant should not go beyond the limits of Kampala and Wakiso district without court's permission. 2. The applicant should report to court twice a month after every 14 days on Wednesdays. 3. The applicant is bound to 10 million shillings, not cash.
Captain Gerard Mugisha, who is now released on bail, is facing 1 count of conspiracy to commit a felony when he allegedly stole sums of money while working with the pension UPDF office. Captain Gerard Mugisha has been compelled to report to court every after 14 days in a month. Failure to go by court's order, bail will be cancelled. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
The NRM supporters across the country continue to celebrate President Museveni's victory in the just concluded presidential elections. In Luka district, the supporters have been led by Minister for the Presidency, Esther Mbayo.
Hundreds of residents of Luka district converged at Minister Esther Mbayo's home to celebrate President Museveni's victory. The residents put on the ruling party t-shirts adorned with Museveni photos while chanting NRM slogans with music blaring from a public address system. The residents have their reasons why they voted for President Yoweri Museveni.
Uganda for voting in Yoweri Museveni, giving him another term, and I know this term coming is going to work because I listened to him yesterday. Particularly from Soka, I want to request to him that the issue of sugarcane, he should handle it so that the people of Soka benefit from the sugar, because that's the only cash crop they have now. As he promised to construct the sugar factory for Soka, I think that one has to be implemented, and also putting up some small mills and so on.
be also implemented so that the people, or most of them, those who are growing sugarcane, can be able to sell their sugarcane and they get cash to pay school fees for their children and they look after their families and so on.
Basoga in particular, voting Noel Kaguta Museveni, son of Amos. Thank you, thank you. May the Lord our God, Isa Messiah, bless all of you.
Minister Estambayo appreciated Ugandans for voting President Yoweri Museveni to lead the country for the next 5 years.
Thank of Uganda who really took a wise decision to bring back Yoweri Museveni as our president. It wasn't a mistake. It is a process we've really gone through. When you look at this country, where it was and how it is, we've gone a long way. We used not to have peace. There was instability. The place was insecure. We used to know.
Now, Forum for Democratic Change opposition party has contested and rejected the 2021 general elections, that is the presidential general election results, claiming that the results were not credible, but rather a scientific machination. Speaking from the party headquarters in Najanankumbi, the FDC president Patrick Moriat remained tight-lipped on whether they were considering legal options, adding that the party will pronounce itself on the next course of action in a fortnight.
Forum for Democratic Change Party has finally broken the silence after 48 hours from the time the Electoral Commission announcement of the 2021 presidential results that placed the party's candidate in the third position with 3.65%. Whereas the Electoral Commission under Justice Simon Byabakama, in its final electoral verdict, placed the FDC in the third position, the FDC President, Engineer Patrick Boy, says the elections were not credible. According to Amuriat, the party is contemplating carrying out an evaluation of the electoral activities that transpired on January 14th, 2021, including the 65 days he spent canvassing for votes from the electorates. Despite of the skirmishes Amuriat had with security operatives, he claims that this wasn't an election.
One of those cases, as you will recall, involved being taken to a magistrate's court in Kakumiro after dusk at 7:30. And you still think we had a free environment to look for votes, and that there is credibility in this process, and that the result can be accepted.
Although FDC says the election should be examined basing on the period of 5 years prior to the casting of the vote, the 14th January activity was marred with vote stuffing, and the party got reports.
Well, at just 36 minutes past 8 o'clock, we're going to take a short break and return with more news. Keep it here.
Good morning, Uganda. Today is a great day to make someone's day. A wonderful day to rewrite the future. Today is a beautiful day to light up their world. A marvelous day to make a brand new start. The perfect day to make the world smaller. Uganda, today isn't just another day. Today is your day. Airtel Money, with you always. Airtel Money, quick, secure, borderless.
Notice peanut butter. Enjoy the real taste.
of Noti's natural peanut butter that spreads happiness to the whole family. Available in smooth, crunchy and chocolate nut variants. Pick a size that fits your pocket from 125 grams, 250 grams, 400 grams and 800 grams. Noti's peanut butter, the real peanut butter. Available in all leading supermarkets.
Yes! Enjoy great value from Airtel with the all-new My Pakalast combo offers. We have customized especially for you the best deals on minutes, data and SMS with our 3-in-1 My Pakalast combo to give you the best value as you stay in touch with friends and family. To activate My Pakalast voice combo, dial *100*2*1# to get started.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Shopping needs, come to Capital Shoppers. We have a variety of items like foods, garments, cosmetics and all sorts of drinks. Enjoy your shopping experience at affordable prices in our fully stocked branches in the following areas: in Tinder Station Road, opposite Makere Business School along Portbell Road, Duster Street opposite Nakasero Market, and Garden City on Yusuf Lule Road. To all our customers and suppliers, we thank you for your continuous support. Stay safe, wash your hands, sanitize, and wear your mask always.
Enjoy Bella Hibiscus juice and wine from the original producers K. Roma Uganda Limited. You can get hibiscus juice and Bella wines in all shops and supermarkets all over the country, or find us at Mall Petrol Station Wandigia. For orders, call us on 0772 506155. Buy Uganda, build Uganda.
At Bella, enjoy our products, stay safe, wash your hands, wear your masks, keep distance, avoid crowds.
It's better to foster respect instead of fear and pain.
Cause a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
Fruitvale Fruit Juice. Our journey begins in orchards where some of the best fruits are grown. Fruitvale Fruit Juice is 100% natural with no added sugar, filled with the wholesome goodness of vitamins and minerals that nourish your body and delight your taste.